Hi everybody, for this video we're going to use SPSS to produce a frequency table for some categorical data and look at how to produce a bar graph and a pie graph. So the data that we're using is PC own, which has information about PC ownership, and the categorical variable that we're going to be interested in is this one, which is course. So we can look in the variable view down the bottom here if we want to see what these 1s and 2s and 3s represent. Alternatively, we've got a button here, value labels, which if I click will give me my categorical labels. So I can see that course, we've got social science, applied science, and business. So in order to produce my frequency table, I go up to the menu and I click on Analyze, and then I go to Descriptive Statistics, and then I go to Frequencies, and I click on Frequencies. So then I need to select the categorical variable that I'm interested in, which is course. You can drag it across from one box to the other, or you can use this arrow. On the right hand side we've got buttons for statistics and charts, and so most things that we do in SPSS will have option buttons like these. When we click on them and go into them, we'll have options of what statistics or what charts we want to produce. So we're going to click on charts, and you can see that we have the option of some different charts. For our categorical data, we're going to be interested in either producing a bar chart or a pie chart. So we're going to produce a bar chart, but if we wanted to produce a pie chart, we could just tick pie chart instead. And then we can decide whether we want our bar chart to represent frequencies or percentages. So I click continue. I'm going to click OK. You can see there's a button here, display frequency tables, so I'm already going to see my frequency table. In the output window, SPSS, once it's on a little bit of thinking, is going to produce my output. So here is my data in a frequency table. So we've got my 3 categories: business, social science, applied science, and we've got our number of people, so 64, 26, and 13. We then have a column which says percentage, and then a column that says valid percentage. The difference between these two is that if I had some people in my sample who had not answered, so I didn't have a value for business, social science, applied science, and they had been recorded as a missing value, then the percentage will include those as part of the total. The valid percentage will only look at people that have actually provided an answer in one of our categories. Anytime we produce something in SPSS, we can select the table, and I could right click and copy it, and it'll copy happily over to Word if I was writing some sort of report and needed to include my table. If I scroll down, then here's my bar graph, and so we can see the bar graph is showing the frequency of my 3 different categories. If I double click on my graph, it brings up the chart editor. So the chart editor allows me to edit all the different facets of my graph. So if I want to change colors, and if I want to change fonts, and I want to change spacing, anything like that, I can do that within the chart editor. Pretty much anything in my graph is editable just by clicking on it. So for instance, if I want to change the title, I can click into the title, and so we can then add a title. Whenever you're adding a title to a graph, I would really discourage you from including the name of the type of graph. So don't call it bar graph of or pie graph of. Anyone that's looking at your graph is going to know what kind of graph it is. So really you can leave that